Yo, Greenbox. Yo, it's your boy Greenbox. I'm back once again. I would like to first things first, before we begin this video, I would like to thank everyone who watched my last video. It took a lot of time and I had a lot of fun making it, just like this one, and I'm so happy everyone liked it. It was over the part. I'm so happy. The positive reaction it got really made me happy, and I felt proud that, because I always want to do one of those videos, like a Scott the Woz video game donkey, the Act Man video type of video, where you go over a category of games, and I'm happy that people liked it, respond to it, and I'm so happy it put smiles on people's faces. But with that out of the way, today I'm going to go over why I flippin' love Star Wars Battlefront 2. Easily top 5 games of all time. Love it. Well, now let Keen Master Daniel do the talking. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I didn't everything I wanted to put in the video. I couldn't, which I will explain in the outro as well. So if you want to see a part 2, please have more please show more positivity, and maybe if you want to share it to some of your friends. Ah yes, Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Star Wars is my favourite movie franchise of all time, but it does cause a lot of controversy, like how this one guy said how he truly felt about The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi's a good movie. Star Wars Battlefront 2 originally came out on the 17th of November 2017, published by EA, but made by DICE. This game originally came out with a Hail Mary worth of controversy. First up, the loot crates. The loot crates, basically, you would buy a crate and you would get anything. You would get random items, mostly rubbish. I did buy this game when this system was around. The only thing I have, which shows that I bought this game around this time, is a purple Y-Wing card I had. But yeah, but this was basically a gambling. It was a slot machine where basically you would pay money and you would get something random. And yeah, and this was so bad in fact that states and whole governments decided to investigate or try and ban the game itself. Along with that, we had the Darth Vader controversy. The Darth Vader controversy was basically, if you wanted to get one character like Darth Vader, you'd have to grind a whopping 50 hours. And there are lots of these characters, right? And this roster is pitiful, but we'll get back to that in a second. But if you wanted to lock any of these characters, you'd have to grind 50 hours, or you could just buy them. It basically, EA were trying to twist your arms into spending money on this game. When EA commented on this, they said their excuse was that it would try to give players a sense of pride and accomplishment. But then this post became the most downvoted post of all time on Reddit, and no one believed them on it. But then it was clearly obvious that EA just wanted to make money off this game. But in the end, they did make all characters free. But still, that does not excuse the pitiful roster that they show. Many fans were angry because there were no such characters as Obi-Wan, Grievous, Count Dooku, Anakin, and planets like felashia and geonosis. But ladies and gentlemen, that same Christmas you were gonna get Last Jedi DLC. And after that same June, you were gonna get 2 skins. No, 3 okay skins and 1 okay map. And a game mode that no one will ever play. No, two. No, one game will they never play, and a game that some people will play. Along with that, but then EA decided to put their stuff together, and eventually, you did get characters like Obi-Wan, Anakin, Grievous, Dooku, Geonosis, and felashia, and then they released a Rise of Skywalker DLC, which was actually pretty good. It came with the following. Two OK heroes, BB-8 and BB-9E. Along with that, a map that I liked, Adjunct Class. Yeah, and also as well 4 really good reinforcements: the Kepik Spy, the Ovisian Gunner, the Sith Trooper, and the First Order Jet Trooper. Overall, 4 excellent reinforcements. Well, after you saw the heavy controversy, EA originally put themselves when Star Wars Battlefront 2 first released back in 2017. And that's not all I want to focus about today. When Keen Master Daniel starts speaking, I want to focus on maps, because Star Wars Battlefront 2, chef kiss graphics. They are beautiful. Do not get me wrong, love them, right? But yeah, that's why I'm going to put them into tier list. I'm going to rank pretty much most of them. I'm not going to rank any Separatist Dreadnought, any like ship maps. So you got the Republic, Venator, Star Destroyer, Separatist Dreadnought, or the Star Killer Base Heroes v Villains map. Oh yeah, no, I'm judging the planet as a whole, so that includes all the little maps. So you got Kashyyyk, and then you got the battle, the beaches, and then you got the Wookiee house where you fight in. Same with Naboo. Along with the Galactic Assault map, I'm also gonna include the the Royal Hangar. So yeah, they're gonna be bundled, and the only ones I won't be reviewing unless I forgot of certain map. Because when I worked on the tier list, Bespin wasn't on there, and 1 or 2 others. But yeah, no Venator class Star Destroyer, no Separatist Dreadnought, and no other ship maps. Just normal, just the basics. But, and before I let Keen Master Daniel speak, I want to quickly point out that the song you're about to hear, here's a fun fact, is a bonus song. It's not on Battlefront 2. You can only get it if you buy it on iTunes, or, well, after I did some research, you can get it on Spotify. The song for it will be in description, so you can chuck it on your playlist or buy it. It's up to you, really. But I'm gonna let Keen Master Daniel speak now. So yeah, see you later. Boom. First up is Camino. Camino is a map which I quite like. It's very immersive, and it feels like I am a clone fighting along with my brothers, and the Supremacy map is really good. But if there's one flaw I do have with it, is there's no vehicles and the map's really dark. So that's why I'm giving it a B. Next up is Naboo. Naboo was one of the few maps you could play at the start with the beta, and I really liked it, just like the other one. The graphics were very nice. It's very open and a very good place for vehicles. But the skylight really adds something else. The skylight really gives it a chef's kiss. And the Heroes vs. Villains map in their hangar is really good as well. I really like it. Next up is Geonosis. Geonosis is my favourite planet in Star Wars, but in this game it has been done dirty. The things I like about it, Geonosis and the Supremacy map is okay, but it's all just so flat. When you play Galactic Assault, it's very one-sided. The game is always very one-sided, and yeah, the game is one-sided. It's very flat. Everything is orange. There's random rocks and boulders everywhere, but along with it being Geonosis and Supremacy being quite good, I do like these little tunnels. I've always been a big fan of them, going in them. But yeah, overall, I think it's one of the banned maps, and that's why it gets a that also gets a C from me. Next up is Kashyyyk. I really like Kashyyyk. The Heroes vs Villains map you've seen right now, beautiful. I always have fun on it. Galactic Assault Supremacy on this map is really fun as well, and Galactic Assault on this map as well is really good. But again, the graphics on this map are chef kiss worthy. They are beautiful. I can't find a single thing to hate about this map. Everything lines up perfectly, and that's why it's getting an S tier. The final stage as well is timeless, especially on co-op mode. Next up is felashia. Felashia is a map in the game, of course, well, in Star Wars, and you don't see a lot of it in the films, but in this game, EA have done wonders to it. And yeah, and as well, and you got these little houses, which I love going in and camping in, and they got little pies.
Oh, life could be a dream if I.
Next up is Hoth. Hoth, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never been a Hoth guy. Every time I go on this map in any game. So it was okay. I don't know why. I don't know why though. It gets a B, but it is enjoyable. But something about it I've never liked about it, and I don't know why. Next up is Castle. I've decided for my friend, because I know my friends would shout at me in the comments. Castle gets a pure S ranking because it is a really fun map. Heroes vs Villains, it shines. There's a little corner you can camp in. Used to do all the time with the Battlefront boys. Oof, excellent map. It is an excellent map. I can barely find anything wrong with it, apart from those random puddles on the floor which poison you. I've never been a big fan of those. But along with that, I can't find anything else to hate about this map. I just really like it, and it is so fun. And I've always had a good time on it, and that's why it gets an S ranking. What a map. Next up is Scarif. Scarif, it's a nice looking map, but there's plenty of things I don't like about it. For start, it's the worst co-op map, and I do not like that massive ship in the middle. Along with that, metal bushes. You can't run through the metal bushes, which suck, because you run into them, expect to go through them, and you don't. You just stay where you are. And anytime I play it, I just don't enjoy my time there. It's the worst Heroes vs Villains map as well, and that's why it gets a D. A far cry from Battlefront 1. Next up, Tatooine. Tatooine, the Mos Eisley, okay map. It gets like a C or a C+. But the star attraction here is Jabba's Palace. What a map. It is, everything about it is perfect. Jabba's Heroes vs Villains, epic. Extraction, beautiful. This map, I cannot stress, is one of the best maps in this game. But another reason I'm judging it, only reason why I'm gonna put it in an S, is because Jabba's Palace. It is so fun, and there are so many little Easter eggs, like the droid. You can find the droid who tortures like the Gonk droid in Return of the Jedi, and also as well you can see what's it called, and you can see Gamorrean guards in a prison, and I always have an absolute blast on this map, and is really fun, and that's why it gets an S tier from me. Next up is Endor. Endor, I've had a 50-50 split this map. This map is okay. On Heroes vs Villains is actually pretty enjoyable. But on all the other game modes, it's okay. But it does have one of the best strikes. But that doesn't save it, and that's why it gets a C. Yavin 4. Yavin 4, it's again another okay map. I've never been a big Yavin guy myself. I do like for Heroes vs Villains, it's not the best, but Hero Showdown, I quite like it. For Hero Showdown and Strike, it's okay for Strike. But I really like about it is the little underwater system, the sewers. I've always liked that, especially Heroes vs Villains, or any lights, or when you play as a lightsaber guy, you can run down there. But I'm still gonna give it a C. I've never been a big fan of this map, so yeah. Next up, the Death Star. The Death Star is so close on S tier, but it's just too much variety for its own good. It's good because you got crashed ships. Yeah, if you're the rebels, you start on a crash ship, which I love, and it's a great heroes versus villain map. Along with that, you got a boiling room, which I've never liked, and you got a little meeting room from a New Hope. They put a bunch of Easter eggs in this map, but this is by far the best looking map. I love the way it looks out there looking at the battle, and it is absolutely beautiful. And also, well, there's a Death Star laser cameo, which I really like. But yeah, it just has too much variety for its own good. So it's an A, but it was on the verge of greatness. Next up, Bespin. What a map. I love Bespin. It is so close to being the best looking map. It's something about it, just looking at the skyline and just seeing everything. It is just so nice to look at in the night, and especially when you're playing it late at night with your friends. It is a beautiful map to look at, and it's so good, in fact, that it deserves a chef kiss. It is by far one of the best looking maps. But the only reason why it's not an S is because inside it looks so bland. It's just white, and that's a little bit boring. Next up, Crate. I've always enjoyed Crate. It's just, the only bad thing with it though, it can be a one-sided map, but it is beautiful, as you're seeing right now. It is one of the, or not the best Galactic Assault map. I used to not like it, but I've warmed up to it a lot recently. Heroes vs Villains, it's okay. Strike, actually I don't even think you can have it for Strike, and it's a great place for vehicles. I really do like this map. It gets an A because if you play it, it's a very one-sided game with the Resistance winning 95% of the time. Next up is Starkiller Base. Starkiller Base, the best, one of easily top 5 Heroes vs Villain maps, and you can hide in the crates, which I like. But for every other game, it's tails on one of the worst maps, and that's why I get to see a Heroes vs Villain map, great, but the rest of them, it's okay. Next up is Takodana. Takodana, what a map. Takodana is filled full of Easter eggs. This is where you do the secret of Takodana. You got a photo of Hondo, and you got Boba Fett's flag hanging on there. It gets a B. It is always a fun map, but it is very one-sided for the First Order. They always win, and that's what I don't like about it. Next up, Jakku. I love how you always fight in a Star Destroyer, and it's always really fun to go on this map. Pardon me. Unless you played on a Strike, it's not fun to play on Strike. But this map, most of the time, I really do like. It is a very good Heroes vs Villain map as well, but it can get quite repetitive for Heroes vs Villains. But it is very big, so yeah, it gets an A, not an S, but it's not a B, so it gets a solid A from me. Next up, Ajanklos. Ajanklos, really do like this map. This map gets a B. The only reason why, there's a massive ship in the middle, and I'm not really a big fan of that. But so overall, this is my tier list. DICE have done a fantastic job at all of this. They've really outdone themselves. Most of the maps are on the more positive side of the spectrum, but overall, they have really outdone themselves. So yeah, overall, that's what I think of the maps in Battlefront. There will be more. I'm gonna make this a series. This was gonna be one episode, one big video, but this probably would have been at least like an hour and a half long. So I decided to cut it up into mini parts. So yeah, stay tuned, and thanks for watching. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.